How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, do me a huge favor and go down and subscribe. We have a very nice day today in Wisconsin. We've had 2 good days in a row so far, and it's probably gonna go back to being cold, and after this weekend it's probably gonna snow. We got probably like 65-degree weather, and we got a Miata, so let's go take it out. Alright, so here it is. I pulled it out of the garage. And you guys are probably watching this video because there's something wrong with your car and you're trying to figure out why your Miata broke down and it's no longer starting. I've addressed this in a couple separate videos, but I feel like I need to do just a video with everything in it, because most likely if someone is coming to my channel, they're kind of just watching me for my cars. But I hope this video can help some of the Miata owners who have broken down cars and they don't really know what's going on. So this car broke down on me sometime in July or June, and the car wasn't starting. So it had a very weird case of issues. Number one, the fuel pump in the back wasn't priming. So if you have the same situation where you're cranking your car and you're not hearing your fuel pump running, you might want to check that. But one thing before you check your fuel pump is you want to check your fuel pump relay, which lives right under here. Mine is still hanging because it fell off of the clip, but it looks like this. It's a little yellow piece, and most likely it's either against your back firewall or somewhere near the center, and you'll see it. It's a yellow piece. It's a little hard to find sometimes, especially if you're a little taller, because not much space back there, but you might want to check that. But if you're having another symptom of what I had, my starter wasn't working anymore, and basically I would go to crank the car and the starter would just be spinning freely and it wouldn't be turning the motor half the time. And if you're having that issue along with your fuel pump not working, and then another issue being that you can't even bump start the car, so when you go, you roll it, put it in gear, and then let go of the clutch and let the transmission spin. If all of those things aren't happening and you can't bump start it, most likely you had the issue that I had, which was a crankshaft position sensor. So the part's not the cheapest part in the world. It lives under the car, pretty much right down there. And if your position sensor isn't working, essentially the motor will not know what to do. So when you turn the key, it won't tell the starter to push the pin in to the flywheel so then it can spin the motor. And along with that, your fuel pump won't be working, your fuel pump relay won't be working, and your car is basically going to be bricked. And then of course if you bump start it, you're not getting fuel. Even if you do put a new relay in or shortcut the fuel pump, you can shortcut it and get it to work, but your starter still won't be working, and also the ignitions and all of the internals and everything won't know what to do, so the motor won't fire up. There is a way to check if your position sensor is working or not, and that involves you finding the sensor and putting a screwdriver in between the sensor and the piece of metal so that I believe you hear a click with the ignition on. I'll also link a video down below that I saw some guy test it. I don't have the proper tools to lift it up and jack you and show you everything, so I'll link that video down below, and hopefully that helps a little bit. But essentially, if you're having the same symptoms that I did, most likely it is that sensor. I haven't seen anyone talk about it online. I'm not sure why. Like I've watched, try to find on the forums like starter not working, or fuel pump and starter not working, because I don't know like all the sensors that go into the car. I'm new to the car, I'm new to working on it, so I'm not 100% sure where everything is and what could go wrong. Apparently this is a semi-common issue, especially when the cars get old, some debris gets into it, whatnot, the position sensor goes bad, so your car won't start and it'll probably break down on you. The part itself costs upwards of $450. Yeah, you probably don't want to hear that. And then hopefully you get your Miata to fire up. Let me tell you, I'm very happy that I have this car back, and I have had it back for about a month and a half, because when it was just sitting in the garage, I kind of felt bad that I had no idea what was wrong with it and I couldn't figure it out. But I guess unless you know like it was a sensor and what sensor it was, there's no really help diagnosing what sensor it was other than kind of the internet's help. A couple of people in my comments did guess or kind of lead me towards the sensor, but I was like, okay, this is just a little above my pay grade at this point in time, so I'm gonna just get it done so I can have the car running at least for a little bit. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. I know it's really short, sweet. Hope it helped you. If you did, I'd appreciate you guys leaving a like, subscribing to the channel as well, because I have a bunch of modifications I'm planning to do to this car. Depending on when you're watching this, I might even have some of them out. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.